Donald Kalopi. I'm an Angathimari Thunnerquith Aboriginal man from Western Cape York. I work in the Research Evidence Development team as the community engagement and facilitation. And I've worked in VACA now about 6 years, mainly in the learning and development team. It's recognition of elders being a very important part of our community, and it's recognition of them and their experiences that they've had in their growing up, whether it's connected to culture, whether it's doing different jobs. It's recognition that they all have stories to tell. They're an important part of passing the culture and traditions down. They would have experienced some cultural aspects or traditions as they grew up. Not all elders have experienced that, but at least some elders have experienced culture in a more traditional sense. But also too, passing those stories and yarns down to the next generation or the generation behind that. Because other than that, if it's not passed down, well, it's lost, and probably lost forever. Well, yeah, I think it's a very important part of me, especially working with young people in VACA, at least to be around them. It's not necessarily to be teaching as such, but just being around them and talking them through and making them feel comfortable about culture, no matter what it is, or even, for example, just making the old damper and deep fried scones. It's something that is represented in their groups if they go back through the ages or through their family trees, that the old people did make some sort of damper or even deep fried scones. But also too, I think it's important that a lot of the kids, especially those in care away from their families, see Aboriginal people, elders, and engaging and working with them no matter what it is. It could be making beads, it could be making spears, it could be anything. I think one of the most important words about an elder is that they're wise. Wise in not knowing everything, but wise in asking questions, or even wise in seeing the bigger picture, because and to work with people through, and that could be other Aboriginal people and or children, about some of those issues. And I've seen some deadly old people. They've got this way of talking but not really providing advice, but suggesting in a way that whatever they're saying person might not think at that moment, but 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later they think, hey, what did that old fella say? Oh, yeah, that's about right. So, being an elder is wise, and sometimes it's not telling people, it's sort of giving them ideas, giving them a chance to think about some of the things accordingly.